Mount Mitchell, the highest elevation east of the Mississippi, is named in honor of Elijah Mitchell. He was born in Connecticut in 1793, and he came from a wealthy family, and he went to Yale. After graduating, he took charge of a girls' school where he met his future wife. He then returned to Yale, where he earned a Master of Arts degree. In 1818, he became a professor of mathematics and natural philosophy at America's first state university, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Mitchell investigated many fields of science, wrote 3 textbooks, and published many scientific articles. As an ordained Presbyterian minister, he preached both at the university and in local churches. His title, Dr. Mitchell, comes from his life's work. The Divinity Degree was awarded in 1840. This is a Bible he had with him when he died. Mitchell first sighted the Black Mountains in 1827 while in charge of the nation's first statewide geological survey. In 1835, with the help of mountain guides, he climbed and measured 3 peaks in the range, including the current Mount Mitchell. Mitchell determined the current Mount Mitchell to be 6,476 feet in elevation, the highest peak in the eastern United States. This surprised everyone, including North Carolinians, who thought Grandfather Mountain was the highest peak in their state. Mitchell's method of measuring the mountain, he used a barometer. See his barometer here? He went to a known location, which was considerably lower, and he began from that base. His base camp was near Asheville. He made his way up the mountain and took a barometer reading at the summit. He compared the reading from the base camp with the reading at the summit, and he was able to calculate the difference in elevation. Remember, he was a mathematician. To ensure accuracy, he organized his efforts so he and his friend took air pressure readings on the same day at the same time. This is important because air pressure readings will be higher or lower on different days under varying weather conditions. Mitchell's elevation estimate for the current Mount Mitchell, done in 1835, was 6,476 feet. During the late 1850s, Arnold Guyot used an improved barometer to calculate a more accurate elevation for Mount Mitchell of 6,707 feet. In 1930s, the United States Geological Survey ran a series of levels to Mount Mitchell and arrived at the present accepted elevation, which is 6,684 feet. Dr. Mitchell returned to the Black Mountains in June 1857 to gather evidence to support his claim. One evening, he was hiking across the mountain alone to go to Big Tom Wilson's cabin. Big Tom Wilson was his guide. Big Tom was a very famous guide and hunter. Mount Mitchell fell from a cliff above a 40-foot waterfall. He tripped on moss, and he was knocked unconscious. By the fall, he drowned in the water below. He was originally buried in Asheville, and Dr. Elijah Mitchell's body was fittingly reburied in 1858 atop Mount Mitchell. This temporary headstone stood at his grave until 1888. There was some controversy about his measurements, but eventually someone said he had measured it first, but he didn't have proof, so Dr. Mitchell definitely is the one that measured the elevation. 31 years after his death, a monument honoring him was placed on the summit. It was 12 feet tall, and it consisted of white bronze. It was destroyed in 1915 by overzealous tourists who chipped off pieces for souvenirs. The sarcophagus, or stone coffin, that now stands on the summit was erected in 1926 at the request of the North Carolina Historical Society. In honor of his work, the highest peak in the Black Mountain Range was given Mitchell's name.